this was photographed in Manhattan in 2005, and it ties back to Toronto and my friends here as well, because I was walking down the street in Manhattan with my friend Dadia. Many of you know Dadia. And we passed this girl with the deer head, and we're like, look at that, that's crazy. And I had my camera, and we just kept walking and talking about this girl, and she kept saying, go take her photo, take her photo. But I was being lazy, and I almost didn't take the photo. She said, go take the photo. And I'm glad I did, because now this is one of the very popular images from We Animals. So I have Dadia to thank for that. And I know many of you in this room because of Toronto Pig Save, which was co-founded by Anita here. And this Toronto Pig Save and Cow Save and Chicken Save, they're in my book, and it's a really big part of my life and something that I love to support. And you guys and so many faces here, so it's a great thing to take part in Toronto. And you can ask Anita about Toronto Pig Save if you like. I included this picture in the book because for me, the worst part of the photo is the blue sky in the top corner. Freedom so unattainable, just right there beyond reach. I have to shout out my best friend, Karl Orzelowski. He's always with me in my work, while I work, and actually with these images, Agnes's brother, he was standing right next to me, and in so many of the photos in this book, he was standing right next to me doing video while we were doing undercover investigations. So this book is also very much about him as well. There's, some of you may know the film The Ghost in Our Machine, and actually the producer is here, Nina. Yay. So Nina produced The Ghost in Our Machine, and this is a wonderful film that also, the book wouldn't have happened without you guys. It was a good time to make a book and a film. And in this picture, that's Abby, and this is the day that she was being rescued. And it's a pretty normal picture, a dog in a car. But what makes the picture really special is that this is her first day of freedom. She always lived in a lab where she was used at a vet clinic and for testing and surgery. So this is her first day on her way home. And if you haven't seen the movie Ghost in Our Machine, there's some free posters there, and it's coming out on Ron, so the records say, was born on September 1st, 1976. Although it's now thought that he was born 3 years before. No one seems to have any idea whether he was born in the wild or in captivity, or whether he was a pet or a performer. What is recorded is that on June 24th, 1987, he was at Lemsip, which is a lab in New York. Although further records are incomplete, we know that at Lemsip, Ron was anesthetized with ketamine 105 times. In 1990, Lemsip sent him to the Colston Foundation, which was another research lab in New Mexico, where in 1997 he was anesthetized 16 times in a 5-week period. Imagine that, being knocked out 16 times in a 5-week period. The following year, he was part of a 6-month spinal dynamic study where a disc in his neck was removed. The charts, as sketchy at Colston as they were at Lemsip, state that following the invasive surgery on his spine, Ron was not given medication for 8 days, no pain medication. And then when they did give him medication, it was 2 Tylenol, so nothing really. After Save the Chimps bought Colston out in 2002, Ron was one of the remaining chimpanzees who were moved to Save the Chimps' 200-acre sanctuary near Fort Pierce, Florida. For the length of his time at Lemsip in Colston, Ron lived in a 5-foot by 5-foot by 7-foot cage suspended above the ground. On occasions, Ron was provided with enrichment, the term used by zoos and laboratories to describe items like blankets, car tires, and foraging balls that animals are given to decrease their boredom and to provide us with the illusion that we're doing something meaningful for their welfare. Although it saved the chimps, Ron had several acres of his own sanctuary space within which to roam, along with his closest chimp friends, April and others. He usually chose to stay indoors. He carefully arranged his blankets in a circle to form a nest. And it was there that he died in October 2011, peacefully but prematurely, a common fate for rescued chimpanzees used in research. Ron's inherent dignity, his individuality, and the gravity of his gaze are shared by many, if not all, of the animals in this book. It's my hope that, after what Ron and the other beings whom we've encountered in We Animals have undergone, and continue to undergo, we're up to the task of doing the right thing by them and our conscience. At the very least, we owe Ron and all the others the respect of meeting their eyes and not turning away. So thank you to everyone in this room for not turning away. If you guys have questions about anything in the book, just let me know. Have some food and have some fun, and thanks for coming. Oh, there's a mat bag here. Anything that's for auction here is going to Snooters. The funds are going to Snooters. So there's a bag and there's a painting and there's